One day I had this conversation with a friend and we were talking about movies, and the topic of LGBT movies came up. And I said, I remember my first LGBT movie for a lesbian scene, it was The L Word, and for a gay scene, it was Brokeback Mountain. And I remember that person saying, why do you remember that? And I sat there and I said, the reason I remember that is because I always felt like I did something wrong when those movies came on. I felt like I had to immediately turn the channel. I felt like I was going to get caught. I felt like I shouldn't have been watching them, that something was wrong with me, that those scenes were wrong. And I realized growing up that fear, that wanting to run away, that thought of this is wrong, I'm going to get caught, stayed with me. And as I kept watching and exploring the LGBT community, I always felt like the outside looking in. Like I knew I was a part of it. I knew I was in it. I knew that that was my family. But I always felt like I was watching them. Like I couldn't play volleyball. Like I couldn't be a part of the team. But I was like a spectator. And I realized as I'm my age now, I still have that internal fear of completely being myself, of completely being afraid of being caught or seen or heard or learned that I love the same sex. And because of that, that can encourage internal homophobia. It can have you sitting there talking bad on the ones you love, on the community that you are in and should be, because you're afraid I will get caught and I will be labeled everything that I was always heard or I was always taught or always seen when it came to society in this particular group. And loneliness came with that, and pain came with that, and the thought of I'll never be accepted came with that. And then I looked at people that were on the down low, or the people that couldn't come out, or the people that weren't in the closet, and how they must have felt and how they feel, and realizing how many people or how many of us are lying to ourselves to either make somebody else happy, to make ourselves feel safe, make ourselves feel like nothing is wrong. And nothing is wrong. Nothing is absolutely wrong with being gay. Nothing is wrong with being a part of the LGBT community. Absolutely not. But when you see a couple holding hands, or you see a kiss, or you see a love scene, or you see something and your heart flutters and you actually enjoy it and you actually want to be a part of it, but you think, oh my God, the repercussions I can get from society. I was looking at certain religions, how you could literally be killed. You could be exiled. You could have the absolute worst come to you if you came out. And I thought about how all of them probably stick or sleep or love the opposite sex, or continue to put on this facade for their lives, for their freedom, for the ability to live in the Black community. So many of us, from growing up, regardless if it was us being taught to hate our skin, regardless if it was us being called monkey or abused, or growing up in toxic environments, or having society telling us we're too dark, or we're too this, or light people are better than dark, and light skin is superior, whatever. If you're Black, I think about how we're just tackling the self-hatred that a lot of Black people have towards themselves. The pain that we have when we look in the mirror and see our face, or we see our skin, or we see our features and not like them. The pain we have when someone comes to us and tells us that that's not beautiful. You're not beautiful. You will never be loved. You're ugly. You're too this, you're too that. You're too big, you're too small, you're too whatever. And then we're sitting there looking at who we are and thinking, why me? Why did I have to grow up poor? Why did I have to grow up black? Why did I have to grow up like this? Why did I have to grow up in hoods or with no education or whatever? And there's this self-hatred, and then we start to distance ourselves from our people. Or when it comes to our people, we're calling them the ghetto or too much or extra, or this is why society doesn't like us because of X, Y, and Z. With comments, with words, with discussions, we have this division within ourselves. I want to make that clear between everyone, regardless if you're gay, black, white, whatever. We have this internal divide where we're escaping something from ourselves, where we don't want to be a part of something within ourselves, and hoping that somebody will accept something in ourselves. I don't know. I really hope you kind of understand what I'm saying. It's just that secret, and that shouldn't be a secret. It's that one part of you that you care so deeply about, that you want the world to know about it or love or see, and it just won't, or it can't happen because of circumstances. And you used to sit there feeling like you're suffocating all the time because life is ticking and it keeps going on, and it will continue to forever go on, and at the end of the day, no one fucking cares, but you care. And you care about what people think, and you care about the outcome and how you'll be perceived and how people will treat you, and if you'll lose everyone in your life, or if your loved ones will understand. You care. So some people choose to never love who they want to love. Some people choose fuck it and go out on a limb. Some people are stuck in the middle. It's not just internal homophobia that I want to talk about, but it's just internal hatred in general. Just the hatred we have for ourselves, for who we are. You are who you are. I remember those days where I felt like I was literally gonna die. Like I wanted to die because I couldn't talk to the same sex, or I couldn't love the same sex, or I couldn't look at the same sex in the way that I wanted to. But I had to come to a realization that I need to be myself, because it's life or death. There's no way I can live a full life and just have this weight on me, have this burden on my heart just pounding, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me be seen, and I just keep suppressing it. I had the same feeling of when it came to loving myself. I had the same feeling when it came to many things in my life, and I just am at the point, or want to get to the point, where I can just sit there and say, I can just be me. I can just let you see me, feel me, express me. And I didn't think anybody cared, but I want to put this out there for the people that feel like there's just this thing in them that just can't get out, that they can't express, they can't let the world know. I want you to know that you're extraordinary, and you're brave, and no matter your situation, I know, like I said, with some people, they literally just won't ever be able to live to be themselves. I know for others it's them stopping them. I know for others it's other reasons, but I know for sure I want to ask you is to be as much as yourself as you possibly can in this lifetime. I understand we all have restrictions. We all have setbacks, but try to be as seen, as safely, and as much as you can to save yourself and to save your soul and to save your mindset and have that freedom, that peace to let the world see who you are.